Hey Jesus, what are you up to? I think that's a pretty fair question. Most Christians and people have a pretty good idea of what Jesus did on the cross for us. And of course, what he endured to pay the penalty for sin and our justification is very important. However, if you ask a person what the Lord is doing now, you might be a little surprised at some of the answers you get. In most commentaries, the following verse in Romans 8:34 agree that Jesus Christ is making intercession for us. Romans 8:34 reads, "Who is he that condemneth? Is it Christ that died, yea rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of God, who also maketh intercession for us?" Now, if you start asking what is intercession, that could get pretty interesting too. To look at the verse a little closer, we actually need to look at two words, intercession and the word for. Intercession, inter, ke, intertunkano, is made up of basically two primary words. The word in, which puts a greater emphasis on the second part of the word, tunkano. Tunkano means to reach, attain, obtain, get, become master of. To go and meet a person to converse. Wow. Consult, to interview, to intersect with. Now, if you've, like I've been, and many Christians I know, maybe you see Jesus standing before God, showing his sacrificed body to cover for what his people are doing bad right now, pleading with the Father not to hold it against us. That is not the context of Romans chapter 8. What's going on with our sanctification? Now, to look at the second word, which is the word for, is hyper, or hooper. Naturally expresses conferring benefit for the sake of betterment, improvement, extending benefit. The Lord is always at work doing God's will for us and in us. He is not interceding to God on our behalf, being crucified over and over again to cover for our after saved sins. That's not what our salvation is all about. In Hebrews 7:27 it reads, "Unlike the other high priest, he does not need to offer sacrifice day after day, first for his own sins and then for the sins of the people. He sacrificed for their sins once and for all when he offered himself." Jesus Christ is working out God's plan for each one of us. He's interceding with us. He's showing us himself how to be more in line with the Father's will, just as he is. As he is, so are we in the world. In Romans 8:22, in the context of hope, it reads, "Now we know that the whole creation has been groaning in pain of childbirth right up to this present day," or time. "Not only so, but we ourselves who have the first fruits of the Spirit groan inwardly as we wait eagerly for the adoption to sonship, the redemption of our bodies. For in this hope we were saved. But hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what they already have? But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. In the same way, the Spirit helps our weaknesses. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself, that's the Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord is that Spirit, intercedes for us through wordless groanings. And he who searches the hearts knows what is in the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance with the will of God. I highly recommend the TLTF seminar for further studies in the book of Romans. You can find it at thelivingtruthfellowship.org. Thank you very much, and God bless you.